Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
Hello and welcome to a brand new season of Lessons in Marketing Excellence. I'm Shruti Mishra. Over the last 4 seasons, CNBC TV18 and HUL have brought together some of the best business minds from India's premier B schools to solve real-life business challenges and present it to a panel of mentors. The mentor companies in return get to interact with India's brightest MBA aspirants and share their unique experiences. This year, the 5th season of Lime is back and it's bigger and better. This year's theme puts India at the center of the global marketing network. With more and more international brands setting up shop in India and with more Indian companies eyeing international expansions, the theme justifies the importance of the vastly changing marketing landscape in India. Over the next few months, we'll be traveling across 12 campuses in the country to test the marketing and business acumen of its students. India's top 12 business schools will be challenged with case studies from across 12 different industry sectors. Starting our journey this season, the first campus round at Line 5 will get underway shortly from the luscious and beautiful campus of Nitie in Mumbai. The National Institute of Industrial Engineering was ranked 5th this year by Business World among India's top business schools. The 50-year-old institution has dedicated itself to helping businesses within the country bolster the Indian economy. With over 800 students enrolled in various programs on campus, Nitie today is one of India's premier institutes. Here is Nitie's Lime journey so far. Emerging winners in Season 1, Season 2 saw Nitie drop down to number 9. In Season 3, they were placed at the 11th spot, and in the 4th season, they stood 5th. Can Nitie regain their former glory and win back the title? Well, we'll have to wait and watch. Providing a tough challenge to our students of Nitie is the Gitanjali Group, the illustrious gems and jewellery brand. Set up in 1966 as a diamond cutting and polishing venture in Surat, today Gitanjali is the world's largest branded jewellery manufacturer and retailer with a turnover of $3 billion. The Gitanjali Group has always been a pioneer of evolution and innovation in the gems and jewellery sector. Back in the 1990s, the company adopted a new strategy that focused on developing jewellery brands rather than selling them as commodity. Thus was launched Jili. Thereafter, the group has launched many such innovations to increase its reach with the customers. Recognizing the scope for business in international markets, the group has established strong bases in US, Japan, China and the Middle East. The challenge for Nitie is to help devise a marketing strategy to increase brand presence in these countries and strengthen the brand image.
Recent acquisitions of international retail chains and established international brands have created a base for the significant expansion of the international business. And the challenge is to integrate these operations under the Gitanjali umbrella, which is a brand rooted in India without losing their connect with local consumers. The students need to create a strategy for combining the strengths of India with the strengths of acquired international brands, so that the global brands can gain the advantages of relatively low-cost manufacturing that India offers without sacrificing on their local roots and appeal. Students need to also look at how to utilize CSR and other social aspects of the brand that are of crucial nature in the Western markets.
Well, we've met the Gitanjali mentor and we know what the challenge is. It's now time to meet the two teams. The two teams, Team Monks and Team Skull and Bones, visited the Gitanjali store in a suburban mall in Mumbai as part of research for the case study. In there, the teams got a first-hand look and experience at the products offered by the group. All right, so you just had a tour of the store and we'd like to just test how prepared you are for the D-Day tomorrow. So it's pop quiz time. And like every test has a reward, so the winner of this quiz will decide who will present tomorrow. Okay. So my first question to you guys, in 2006, Gitanjali bought over 2 jewelry retail companies in the US. Their names are Samuel Jewelers Inc. and Tywin Jewelers Inc. True or false?
Samuels and Rogers.
Well, that's the correct answer. All right, Skull and Bones, first point goes to you. Gold never oxidizes. True or false? Yes?
Gold oxidizes.
Well, that's the correct answer. So you get 2 points. Monk, you're 0. Buck up. Diamond was first discovered in Sierra Leone. True or false? Yes? True. That's the wrong answer. It was first discovered in India. The Maharaja of what province commissioned a necklace created by Cartier in 1928, which, as its centerpiece, included the world's 7th largest diamond of 428 carats? Yes.
Patiala.
All right, I'll give it to you. It's Maharaja Bhupinder Singh of Patiala. Well done. So you're 2-1. Which iconic Hollywood actress, known for her love for jewelry, was gifted the Taj Mahal diamond by her then husband for her 40th birthday? Nobody? Yes.
Liz
No.
Ali.
Sorry?
Liz Ali.
That's the wrong answer.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Yes, that's the correct one. So 3-1. All right, we move on to our next question. Prince William gave his bride, Kate Middleton, his mother's engagement ring. True or false? Yes.
True.
That's the correct answer. 4-1. And my final question. Which iconic fashion designer immortalized multiple strands of pearls to be worn with a little black dress?
I'll take a
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Is it Coco Chanel?
Correct. It's 5-1. Skulls and Bones seem to have killed it totally. You don't have much time, but buck up, guys, for tomorrow. So, as promised, who would present first tomorrow?
We're gonna go first.
With that, it's time for a short break, but when we return, our teams meet our mentors and also present their business solutions. Which team succeeds and which fizzles out? All that and much more in a short while from now. You're watching Lime Season 5, the first campus round at Nitie in Mumbai. Stay tuned.
I guess the Monks team has a better chance because the guys there are marketing oriented from the very start. We have seen them working on marketing, related learning and knowledge acquisition from the very start. So I think that they have a better chance.
I would go with Skull and Bones because I've seen them working. They have worked really, really hard, and even if it was very tough, they have come through and they were shade better than the other teams, I would say.
I think Skull and Bones.
I think Skull and Bones is going to win.
Welcome back. You're watching Lessons in Marketing Excellence. I'm Shruti Mishra. We're at the beautiful campus of Nitti, where we kick off our first campus round of Lime this year. The winning team gets a check of 50,000 rupees and a fast-track route to the pre-placement round at HUL. With that, it's now time to meet our jury for today. From CNBC TV18, we have Anant Rangaswamy, the editor of Storyboard. From HUL, we have Mr. Vijay Nehra, General Manager, Customer Service, and representing Gitanjali today is Supreet, Associate Vice President, PR and Corporate Communications. We now have Team Skull and Bones present their business solutions to the jury. Team, you'll have 3 minutes to present your solution, after which we'll sound a buzzer. That indicates your end of time. This will be followed by a Q&A round from the jury. All the best, guys. The floor's open to you. Your time starts now.
Good evening, judges. Gitanjali plans to expand its presence in major jewelry market by increasing its revenue from $30 million to $200 million in China, 200 to 400 in US, 300 to 600 in Middle East by 2016. The major corporate strategies that we have suggested are: number one, amalgamation of Italian design and Indian manufacturing to bring product differentiation and cost leadership; augmented reality using Gitanjali gift application; m-commerce and e-commerce applications; financial schemes with easy installments; focus on male market, which is growing at 10%. One big strategy that is proposed is to back each innovative and stylish brand of Gitanjali with its own experience. Financial analysis are as follows. Number one, we plan to increase the sales outlets in the cities of China on the basis of clusters and expand in tier 2-3 cities. We have suggested a breakup of advertising spend of $6.26 million in all mediums, concentrating on e-commerce and m-commerce. We suggest a spend of $4.068 million in Middle East and $4.68 million in US market through advertisements.
Using ranking analysis of the US market size and household spend, a target segment of white or Asian professionals within the age of 25 to 54 with an income of over 70K and above living in the suburbs and not having more than 4 people in their household was identified. Competitor analysis involving Signet, Tiffany, and Zales helped identifying strategies of integrated communication schemes and revamping the market strategy for suburbs, especially in the southern part of the country. Also, the Chinese market was identified as extremely heterogeneous, with the consumers exhibiting a shifting attitude in their buying patterns. The key challenges involve the one-child policy, as well as the evolving price of raw materials. Following the competitive analysis of Tiffany, Cartier, and Chow Tai Fook, the strategic focus would be on promoting the in-store app of Magic Mirror, which is an interactive display that allows the customers to experience the look. For the Middle East market, the focus should be on the 6 GCC, especially Saudi Arabia and the UAE. Target customers here are the expatriates, mainly those of Indian origin, along with the tourists. For this advanced market, the impetus is on promoting innovative designs and increasing the overall spend on infomercials, POS, press, and covert advertising. We have also devised a few CSR initiatives like that for the welfare of diamond miners, the C-Square E-Square-G initiative, and third-party evaluation for calculating the CSR scores that would instill faith in the minds of the customer and strengthen the brand image of Gitanjali. Thank you.
I could not clearly see the positioning or your proposal for establishing Gitanjali as a luxury brand.
Like in the US market, we see that there are companies like Tiffany, Zales, and Signet. They are they have 2 or 3 brands. They have 2 point of sales, like in the upper end and the lower end. So we position it. We have in the upper end, like Rogers and Samuels. They are in the upper middle end. We are positioning it with the lower end.
I was more specifically asking about the marketing strategy to position it as a luxury brand, because you're recommending positioning in the lower segment in terms of value, etc. While luxury is a different proposition altogether.
We have identified 2 or 3 customers, like who have income less than 70,000 and who have their 2 months of salary given away for an engagement ring. So this is how we position it.
We have suggested augmented reality. We have suggested the magic mirror. That is, you go to the stores. You don't have to check out the jewelries even on your body. You just go stand in front of the mirror, and the jewelry comes and sits on your neck. You actually see that how exactly you look like, and this is what is the experience that matters the most for an individual to go to the store.
I want some detailing into how you're recommending us to penetrate the Middle East market, which is an exciting market for us, which includes the Indian diaspora.
Dubai is still targeted as a tourist destination for shopping. So since 95% of the revenues of jewelry in Dubai comes from people who come there as tourists, our major focus should be on targeting the tourists.
So we are going for a point of sales marketing strategy. Like they will be displays. Like tourists, they go into the mall, they do not have a connection on their iPad. We do not have to focus on the virtual augmentation. Mainly we can go for the point of sales. We can display the brands and we can attract them.
Everything that Gitanjali does is rooted in trust.
Yes.
How do you establish trust in these various countries?
So for one of the things that we can do for instilling trust is obviously going for the CSR initiatives, which definitely help. I mean, if you go ahead and do it, there would be a brand recognition thing for the company, and obviously people would get to know that yes.
No, in these markets, Tiffany's is better known. They've got, for example, a 100-year heritage of trust. Now they're getting new into the market, and how do they quickly establish trust? How do they establish themselves?
We have suggested that local market certification is required for Gitanjali to produce it. We have suggested that in China especially, they rely on the local certification. They have a body known as National Gemstone Certification. They actually certify whether the particular jewel or a particular jewelry is good enough to be in national standards or not. So this is what is suggested.
Well, that was quite a rigorous Q&A session. It's now time for a short break. On the other side, we'll have Team Monks present their business solutions to the jury. Also, we'll find out of the 2 teams who qualifies for the semi-finals. Stay tuned. You're watching Lime Season 5, the first campus round at Nitie.
I would say that it was a bit grilling when it came to the Q&A session, but I think we did well. We could answer a lot of them.
We were more onto marketing strategies. We could have done a little better on the branding part. It's not that we did not expect any question from that, but we feel that we did pretty well because branding again is a part of marketing. So we have suggested the entire financial analysis and marketing analysis. Let's see what happens.
Welcome back. You're watching Lime Season 5. I'm Shruti Mishra. Before the break, you saw Team Skull and Bones present their business solutions to the challenge posed by the Gitanjali group. It's now time for Team Monks to present their solutions. Team, you'll have 3 minutes to break your presentation. After that, you'll hear a buzzer that indicates the end of your time. This will be followed by a Q&A session with the jury. All the very best. Your time starts now.
We started by understanding worldwide jewelry market dynamics using primary and secondary research and discovered distinct consumer dynamics in terms of design preference and luxury perception. Consumers in mature US market use contemporary jewelry as a fashion extension, leaving little scope for the traditional jewelry. In Middle East and China, consumers are inclined towards traditional jewelry but are waking to luxury and fashion jewelry due to increased exposure to the Western culture. It is important to note that US-European association with the brand is perceived to be superior in China and Middle East, which will have a cascading effect on sales in these countries. Major issues identified with Gitanjali are 1. Multiple distribution formats with conflicting brand equities or simply no well-recognized global flagship store. 2. Lack of singular and consistent brand identity. So, although the case requires solution for marketing of Italian jewelry brands while strengthening Gitanjali as a brand, the actual issue is development of a singular, consistent and prominent global identity of Gitanjali brand. Idea is to build a global brand of jewelry house that bring together best-in-class premium and luxury jewelry. So, thus we propose global jewelry store brand La Elegancia, which will house Italian luxury jewelry brands acquired by Gitanjali.
The marketing and branding strategy is divided in 3 parts: identity creation, promotion and distribution. We have used CAFRE Prism and brand association framework to create an identity with limited attributes like Italian experience, not just an Italian store, a place for jewelry connoisseurs, motifs like designer steel bracelets to enhance brand recall. The promotion brought a challenge of managing brand equities of La Elegancia, Italian brands and Gitanjali. Therefore, we have divided the execution in 3 phases. Promotion of La Elegancia in first 6 months, special attention to Italian brands for the next 1 year, and then after 18 months, Gitanjali kicks off. Some of the promotion tactics include testimonials, ambassadors, in-store promotion, airport promotion, etc. CSR needs to augment itself as corporate strategy. Thus, we propose activities both on national and international level. Using an online research in India to find out prominent issues existing in society, we brought out 2 initiatives under the umbrella of Sambhav, Udan and Asha. These will cater to the problem of women trafficking and livelihood for old age people. To enhance the global image, firstly, we suggest Gitanjali to collaborate with firms like Responsible Jewelry Council. This will ensure that its supply chain is free of conflict diamonds. Secondly, it should associate itself with designs and designers and using fashion institutes. Further, bills and brochures will be innovatively used to let consumer know about Gitanjali's work. Thank you.
In your strategy, you've not articulated any risks that you see with the strategy that you're proposing.
The Italian brands which already have established brand equities and we are creating brand from the scratch. So, this was the biggest challenge we had in front of us, and that's why we have proposed the timeline for. So, first we start off with branding of La Elegancia, then we'll start branding of Stephen Hafner in parallel to the parallel to promotion of La Elegancia, and after that, once the brand equity is established, we are starting the branding of Gitanjali so that it can complement the brand equity of Gitanjali.
Did you consider worry about country of origin? When a brand travels, the reputation of the country of origin has a significant impact on what you do.
So for that, the branding strategy is consistent in all the markets, because here we are focusing on establishing a luxury brand. But when it comes to promotion, so we are giving different promotion activities in all the 3 markets.
No. Are you bothered about the fact that it is an Indian brand which is traveling abroad?
That's why we came up with an Italian store and not just general multi-brand retail store. So why we picked Italian store? Let's see, history and heritage either can be possessed by nature, or you can you can borrow it. We cannot possess it in nature because it's a very new store. So what we did, we associated with Italy. We borrowed the history and heritage and everything inside, whether it's the brand, whether it's the design, whether it's the motive, even some packaging things we mentioned that we will use steel chain will be designed by Italians. So everything we are related to Italy. So entire positioning is based on Italy.
You're proposing a new store, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Which will house my Italian brands.
Yeah, Italian brands, yes, sir.
Why do you propose that?
We
have already an Italian company which we acquired, Gianti.
Yeah, yes, we saw that.
Which is well known in Europe and US.
Yes, sir.
And Stephen Hafner and some of the other brands are award-winning brands
yes, sir.
in US.
So actually, sir.
So this one take me backwards?
We have two-pronged strategy. First is creation of a global store brand that will be an Italian store brand. So that will comprise of all the Italian brands. And when it comes to the Indian brands, so in Indian brands we already have standalone stores of Nakshatra and Asmi. So we are already catering to the Indian diaspora there, because there are a lot of major population comprised of the Indian population. But this will be a standalone Italian brand which will have its own identity, which will have its own image.
Team, I would request you to step out while the jury deliberates and pens down the results.
It was okay. We lagged somewhere and we had some strong points. So keeping both in mind, it was just okay.
They could have asked more questions. I was expecting more, but they didn't ask much. So we are a bit confused whether they understood our thing or whether they were too satisfied with our answers.
All right, so why we calculate this scores, I would just like to know what was, the strong point for both the teams.
Okay. So the first team, in my view, was very hands-on with the numbers. They had done a lot of mathematical modeling, so that was their strength in terms of backing it up with numbers and analytics that way. While the second team was a little more into marketing insights and, so the kind of insights that they had from each market and each of the elements and summarizing and then sort of taking the marketing insights into their proposed solution. So I think that was very nice about the second team.
Anant, your take on that?
To me, the standout for the second team was their teamwork and their trust in each other. I think they had a very extraordinary degree of trust in each other, which wasn't, actually the reverse was kind of visible in team one.
Well, I have the results with me, but before I announce, I would like both the teams to come on stage. Come on guys, Nitti, what is your opinion? Well, I must say you guys are right. The winner are the monks. Congratulations team. You win yourself a 50,000 rupee check and a pre-placement round at HUL. I would request the jury to kindly come on stage and hand over the prizes. That brings us to the end of the very first campus round of Line Season 5. Join us next week as we move on to Kolkata and bring you all the action from IMC. Until then, goodbye and keep watching CNBC TV 18.
Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.